Well, hello YouTube channel. We kind of wanted to come here today and talk to you about something that, of course, nobody really wants to talk about, but we feel it's kind of necessary to share with you guys kind of what's going on in our lives. And first of all, I want you to know right up front, because we haven't done the clickbait yet, but you know you always got to do something to gather people. So anyway, we are not leaving the road on a permanent basis. We are trying to stay here this summer if we can, so we can get things done. As you know, if you've been watching us, to get things done for the lot over there, get our lot fixed up, and so that we have a place to come and go from. And it's going to take a lot of time, and we're attempting to get some tractor work done here pretty quick and stuff. So, but the thing about it is when you start this life, you never want to think about when you're going to get off the road. Now, some of the younger people, this is probably not really going to have a lot of emphasis for you guys, but you know, you should still listen, because eventually you get where we are. When we first started this, we were 54 years old.
The time goes
Yeah,
fast.
and Darla just turned 63, and I'm turning 63 here pretty soon. So we're getting to that age where we have to start thinking about what we're going to do when it's just too hard to do this anymore. We had Uncle Jerry and Aunt Nancy, who are the ones who taught us this lifestyle, our mentors, and they were in their 70s when they got off the road. And I mean, it was hard for them to make that decision, but...
Actually, I think Uncle Jerry was 81.
Was he? Well, if I can go that long, that'd be great. I'm figuring that we're going to go at least another 10 years, and maybe not quite as hard as we have been, where we're just constantly job to job to job to job. Something where we work a job, and then we take a break, and then we work a job and take a break, and I want to do a lot of work on the motorhome and things like that, so that's what this is all about. But in terms of what I want to share with you guys is that we've been thinking about this for a couple of years now, and Darla finally one day just said to me, well, what's your plan? And I said, well, what do you mean? She says, well, what's your plan when we can't do this anymore? And I said, well, I don't really have a plan. We don't have anything to work with the plan on. And she says, well, what would you do first? And I said, well, we'd have to maybe find a piece of land or something. So one thing about it, when you start this lifestyle, whether you know it or not, you're looking for a place you want to be.
Well, that was the intention of leaving California anyways, was to find some place out of California that was pretty and that we both liked.
Right, true.
And you can travel and you can work and you can travel and you can see things and you can, you know,
right,
figure that out.
And as you can probably see behind us, I mean, this is like a really extremely beautiful place. Darla explained to me in no
uncertain terms.
Yeah, no uncertain terms that we weren't living brown anymore. We were going to live green. We've lived enough of our life brown. We spent 28 years in the Mojave Desert, and then, you know, we spend every winter pretty much in Quartzside and that area and stuff. So we spend a lot of time in brown territory anyway, and it's nice because it's warm and all that kind of stuff. And when wintertime comes here, this place browns up, but nothing like
the desert.
Nothing like the desert. Desert just turns brown. That's it. So
my soul withers.
Right. What's interesting about this place for me is that my family has been here for over 200 years, and
probably longer.
Yeah. Well, my great grandma was 100% Cherokee Indian, so I've probably been. My family has been here on my dad's side over thousands of years. So the thing about it is we go downtown and we start talking to people. Next thing I know, they're like some distant cousin or something. So it's just in a town of 300 and what is it, 20, 380 2, I think it is. And now with us, it's 384. Anyway, we get quite a. There's a lot of, I wouldn't say banjo playing, but there's there's people that are somewhat relative to one another, and it kind of keeps the families kind of pretty close
Connected.
around here.
Yeah.
So
History, a lot of history.
I mean,
that
you
people
go.
still know.
There's a graveyard right down the street here, and I mean, I can go see my grandparents, my great grandparents, my
Aunts
dad,
and uncles.
yeah, uncles. There's a whole bunch of people down there.
And FYI, this property is not our property. If you guys watched our property
Yeah.
video, you know that. This is my
We're-
brother-in-law's
yeah.
and sister-in-law's.
We're still sitting in my brother's house. He's going to get his bulldozer fixed, and hopefully this next week we're going to start working on that property. We either need to do that or we need to get out and start working again, because we can't just stay in limbo. We got to be progressing in one direction or another, either spending money or making money. That's what we need to do right now. And because we're wasting money at this moment, because all we're doing is living. So the point being is we found our place. So that was the first thing.
And we found that, if you followed, in November, we purchased the property.
Right, and what happened is Darla just told me, what's your plan, and as I started explaining it to her, the stages, I started looking and I found that piece of property, and I think that's probably the first thing you got to figure out is where you want to be. Now, I mean, if you've got a lot of money, some people have tons of money, and they're going to live in Florida, and they're going to live in San Diego, and they're going to live in all these great places that are super fancy.
Or they're going to have a place in Florida and one in San Diego.
Yeah.
That's not us.
So we're the economic refugees because we're economic refugees, and we don't have debt, we don't have a lot of problems that people have, but we don't have a lot of money either. And so this place here gave us an opportunity to get an inexpensive lot with all the utilities. It's got curbs. It's just, I mean, if you watched our last video, I kind of walked through and showed you all that. And now the big thing is to start getting things set up. So our first plan is to get tractors in there, get it leveled out the way we need it, get our campsite set up. We're gonna put in 2 campsites to start with. We got that little shed. We're gonna turn that into a laundry room, little storage area for like tools for doing yard work, and a refrigerator and that kind of stuff. And then we'll have a home base to be able to travel around on. And then in the meantime, it's going to be save, pour slab. And then we're going to save, and then we're going to put the building up. And then once we have the building up, then we're going to work on building. We're going to build a straw bale house inside of the building, hopefully. There's some people have kind of talked about some negatives about it, but I think there's ways to get around that. Moisture and you know, making rust on the metal and all that stuff. So rodents, but you have that. You're going to have that problem if you build it anywhere. So for around here, it doesn't seem to be a lot of rodents. There's a lot of big birds, so a lot of mice and stuff. You don't have a lot of that. So anyway, that's our idea. The first, what's going to happen, and we're going to kind of make a little series out of this. It's not going to be every time that we do a video. It's going to be about this, but it's going to be periodically. We're going to do the series on this. You're going to get to see as we start working on the land, and instead of me like putting a rear main seal in the motorhome and then taking pictures of the engine when it's done. Cage, come on, stop. We just spent a week trying to get mites out of his ears. We finally got rid of those stupid things, and now he's trying to get them
Things
again.
that we didn't have in the desert.
Yeah. So
Ticks and mites.
anyway, we're gonna try to keep you guys up to speed, and like I say, maybe give you some insight on what what we're experiencing, because this is we want to be able to retire, and when we can't travel the roads on a continuous basis anymore, we want to be able to have a place to park our motorhome, because we still are going to need to use this rig, because we got a daughter in Montana, and my son's moving to North Carolina. He's there right now. And then we have a daughter over here that's moving in to a house in Little Rock, and she's getting it set up so we can go over there and spend a week or so and stay in our motorhome. So I love having our own
Base.
air base. What is it? Air.
Homebase.
Well, no, air Airbnb or whatever.
Airbnbs.
Yeah, I have our own space. So when we go to her house, we have our house. When we go to my other daughters, I just like having my own place. I don't like to go and sleep in people's bedrooms and in their on their floors and stuff. I'd rather just go and be able to park. So anyway, I hope maybe this little bit that we've talked. Do you have any more you would like to add to this?
Not really. Just it creeps up on you really fast. I mean, you're out there, you're living your dream right now, and all of a sudden you realize, wow, look how old we got real fast. And I know there's some of you guys out there that are in your 20s and 30s and you're doing this, but life just goes fast. It really does.
And I think the younger you are, the sooner you start, the much easier.
Yeah, true.
You know, a lot of it is for us is
budget for it.
going over there and digging trenches and pounding nails and stuff. You know, I mean, it's. I put my sister-in-law. I put a faucet in her kitchen yesterday, and oh my gosh, you know, I mean, it just kind of tweaks on you when you. I used to always think, you know, as long as you're always pumping and active, you just be super strong. Man, it doesn't work like that. You get to a certain point when you start working hard, it breaks you down.
It does take a toll on you. Where 10 years ago, it wouldn't have been a big deal.
Yeah,
It's
10
very
years ago,
weird.
man,
I think we've been caught off guard.
Yeah, I was 60
how-
pounds heavier, a lot
Yeah.
stronger 10 years ago. So, anyway, I still do everything. I just have to figure out other ways of doing it.
It's just kind of a word to the wise, Start thinking ahead. What are you going to do?
And whatever you do, don't get a dumb dog that can figure out how to tie himself up. Come on, come out of there.
He's really not an outside doggy.
He's just
a goober.
he's a come here, get out of there. Anyway, he had himself choked off over here. So, what I would like to from you guys is if you have any suggestions, and put them in the comments so that other people can see them. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments, because this is kind of like our little community. We don't have 150,000 subscribers, so we could do a much tighter thing and try to help one another with this. And I got teased the other day because they kind of like invited the world to come and stay at our lot over here. But seriously, I mean, I wouldn't have a problem if we had 10. We could have 10 RVs over there, no problem, and do a little weekend bash or something. I mean, I think that would be fun. I mean, everybody that we've met so far on YouTube is, at least our subscribers, have been.
I wouldn't have a problem having them at our property.
Very, very good people, nice people.
Even ones we haven't met yet.
Right, and we're simple people. I mean, we've had a lot of life's experiences, and we've been up on our game pretty high, and we've been down pretty low. So we know the difference, and we know that some people look at everybody in a negative way because they think they're so high and mighty, but that's not how the world really works. Because when you start thinking that way, God has a way of chopping your knees off.
Humbling you.
Yeah. So anyway, you guys, with that, I just want to thank you for watching. If you do want to subscribe, please subscribe. If you like what we're talking about, hit the like. Like I say, do the comments and hit the bell. And then that way you'll get notices every time we do a video. And we are planning to do more videos. We probably, I'm going to say maybe tomorrow night might do a short one.
Also, in the comments, if you guys want us to do a video on anything specific, let us know. We need some ideas.
Yeah.
We appreciate your input.
Yeah, we're not traveling right now, and we're really not a.
We do take lots of drives.
We do take a lot of drives. I wish we would have filmed that the other day.
We'll do that from now on.
But we're really not a travel channel. That's not what
It's
we're
a
about.
lifestyle
There's a
kind of
bunch of
thing,
guys
really.
out there doing that. We're more about the nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
You know, working on these machines and just living life on a daily basis. So
And we're just sharing with you where we're at right now.
there's a lot
In
of
our
people
lives.
changing. There's
Yeah, there are.
a lot of the van people are moving up to bigger rigs,
We
and
noticed
that's
that trend.
that's
least in the
one
ones
thing.
we
There's
watch.
people leaving. I've been watching some videos of people leaving and buying houses and stuff like that. So
Well, we bought property. We didn't buy a house.
yeah, and I'm glad we bought property because we're gonna. One good thing, see, that's another thing. No codes here, so I can put whatever I
Building
want over
code.
there. So we're gonna put something where there's no maintenance on the outside, and it's gonna be all the cool stuff's gonna be on the inside, and it's all gonna be locked down when we go. And if somebody
It's
tries
not-
to get in there, they're gonna
It's
get
not
in
going to be
trouble.
like anything anybody we know has.
Right. The lady that lives next door to our property, she's pretty awesome, and she protects our stuff. So I'm not too worried about leaving stuff while we're
She's
gone with her
neighborhood
there.
watch.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching.
And we do appreciate the time you guys invest
Right.
in watching our videos. Thank you so much.
Thank you.